I've had a couple people on the internet and some of my IRLs ask me how I do my collages that I post on Instagram. So, in the past 2 years, I've made around 10 of them. If you want a closer look, I'm gonna have to post them somewhere or link them somewhere because I have them archived on my Instagram right now. This year, one of my goals is to actually complete the whole year because I haven't done that yet. I've always stopped around May or April. So your first step is to grab your phone, pick your pictures. I will search my photos app by month and by the year. I like to pick out pictures that either signify a specific moment. So like in January with my birthday, I like to pick out nice pictures I take. I like taking pictures of scenery. I love taking pictures of the sky or buildings. I just really like pictures like that. So I take a lot of them. I like to put those in my collages. Any funny screenshots between me and my friends. I think my friends and I are hilarious. And I want to show the rest of my Instagram friends that I'm fucking hilarious and I keep hilarious people with me at all times. Anything you want to put. Literally, the world is your oyster. Okay, so you've dragged your photos from your computer and you drop them to Canva. Next step is to figure out what aspect you want to do. So you can mess around with the sizes. You don't have to stick to a square. So it's dependent on how big you want to make your canvas and how many slides you want to have in your carousel. I typically do 4 or 5. I decided to do 5 for this one. So you're gonna take 1350, which is for the 4x5 aspect ratio, and multiply that by 5, which would give you 6,750 pixels. So that's going to be the entire length of our canvas. So you're going to want to set down some squares or rectangles depending on what size you chose. This is to help you figure out the design and pay attention to how your photos and your words are laying across the different slides of your carousel. I like to make sure that I'm not cutting it in a weird place, and I also like to see that each slide of my carousel kind of look good on its own also. As well as using the first page to be my guidelines, I also like to put my inspo pictures. This picture I got from my Twitter feed. I'll put the Twitter on screen and in the description. The artist does a lot of work like this, very layered, graphical, monochrome. It was gorgeous. I was very inspired. I don't think that I completely matched it, but I think I got the vibes. But that's part of being an artist, taking inspiration and making your own. Now there's 2 ways I use Pinterest. Either I use Pinterest to pull actual scrapbooking parts of my graphic design in, or I use Pinterest as a way to guide the design. In this one, I'm grabbing some elements, but it's mostly focused on the graphical design aspect instead of a more scrapbook collage like this one, where the photos I found on Pinterest make the scrapbooking aspect of it versus this one where it's my photos carrying and Pinterest kind of supplements it. Watching this back, I can really tell that the inspo picture was really a suggestion, a mere suggestion. I don't feel like I really focused on the heavy topography aspect of the design, which makes me feel like I really want to revisit it another time. I just think I just didn't have a lot to say verbally. So I was like, I wasn't sure what to do with the typography if I didn't have anything to say. I'm also not sure how obvious it is, but even in this part of the design, I'm really thinking about where the edges of each slide are. And I'm lining up my photos or thinking about how each individual slide will look design-wise. And I really try to design at least my very first slide to look good on its own. It's around this part that I also remember that this is January, the beginning of the new year. It was New Year's. It's literally in that Sophie, the NY party playlist. So I looked up a screenshot of me and my friends saying Happy New Year's and just picked one because I really like to include my friends in my collages because I really think that they're a very instrumental part of my life. and my created life. And I love my friends. And I want them to exist in my art and know that they're a part of me. Ew. But you get it. Here is me trying to incorporate more type into my design. But I think also part of the issue, I just couldn't find a third font that I feel like matched the first two fonts I liked. And I'm not that good at UI just yet. So I think that that's why I kind of scrapped it. I'm assuming if you continued watching the video to this point, you're here to watch my process, not necessarily a tutorial. So I just want to talk about this part a little bit. This is my favorite part of the collage. One, because it's for my birthday. I think my birthday is always like, I won't say a sensitive topic, but I don't really celebrate my birthday. I've tried to make efforts in the past couple of years. Last year, I had a really big effort, went to shit, I got COVID. But this year was more low key. I went to Pennsylvania and I hung out with friends of friends and I had a great time. I think most of the reason I had such a good time is because I had very low expectations. So there was no way for me to get disappointed. But I think this year in particular, I felt very loved. I think I just felt a very overwhelming amount of love and support from my friends and my family. So I really wanted to put that feeling of overwhelmness into this collage, and I feel like it gives that. I'm showing some of my birthday messages. These aren't all of them. So if you're my friend and your message wasn't here, that doesn't mean I don't appreciate your message. I just couldn't put every single one, but I still love you. But I wanted this to be more messy and not really as artistic, but cluttered and warm and cozy and enclosed and almost like suffocating, because that's how I felt. Like I just felt, well, I don't want to say I felt suffocated, but I felt loved. And I think that this is where I divulge. There's a D word I'm looking for, but this is where I really went off the rails in terms of my inspo picture. That this aspect looks nothing like my inspo picture at all. Usually in these collages, I like to add my musical stats for the month. Because I'm doing this 2 months late, I can't just go to Receiptify and get that easily. So I was trying to find a different way to get that. It just got too frustrating and I gave up. So instead of doing my top music, top songs of the month, I did my top media. So the top 3 movies I seen and rated on Letterboxd. As you can tell, I really struggled with how to get this media aspect of my slide in. I usually like to do it at the last slide too of my favorite music or media. I'm gonna have to really think about how I want this to look. It was my least favorite part. I actually hate it. This is like my favorite part of the design. I really like how the words fit perfectly into the cut out of his face. And this year, well, it was more end of last year, I got back into football, but I had a lot of fun following football and keeping up the memes and knowing the jokes. And it was a really nice hobby to get into. And the Patriots made it to the Super Bowl. So how much more fun could you have when it smells like the Patriots dynasty is upon us again, you know? And now we're done. My collage is done, and now we need to split it up and get it ready for upload on Instagram.com. Then you're gonna click that first link in my bio for an image splitter. You're gonna upload the image that you just downloaded to this image splitter, and you're going to want to split your image horizontally and put in the number of slides you have. I had 5, so I put in 5. Then you're gonna hit that split image button on the bottom, and it's gonna generate your images. And either you can download a zip with all of them or download each individual, and then you can just airdrop it to your phone. I started making these as a way to be less serious about what I'm posting on my Instagram, because I felt like I could only post really nice pictures of myself and that's it, but that felt boring over time. So I wanted something that I could be creative and feel like it's less serious, but I think in a way it kind of makes it more serious because it's like curated, but it feels less serious to me. And I think that's all that matters. If you're here at the end of the video, I really appreciate you. Thank you. If you like this video, like this video. If you want to see this post on my Instagram, here's my Instagram. It's also going to be linked down below. And if you want to see what other artsy things I'm up to, subscribe. You'll get notified when I post those videos. The next 2 videos are Minecraft related and Pokemon related, my 2 obsessions at the moment. So have a good night, good day, wherever you are, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!